I'm getting a little video out there today because I wanted to share some of the information about what makes Lisa Eddy Skin Foods super special and why you all are loving it. Thank you. There are many out there who are absolutely loving these products. I've gotten incredible feedback, rave reviews. We've had a couple of bloggers writing about us lately. And for good reason. They're super clean, effective, pure, luxurious, and they actually do what they say they're going to do, hydration. And like many of you who know me will hear me say, if I had to choose one thing that was the fountain of youth, it would be hydration internally and topically. So some of the things that make these products really special is that they're made in small batches. They're not mass produced. They're not heated. Like a lot of oils, like though the ingredients sound lovely in theory, convenience is often the enemy and the nutrients have actually been cooked out. So you will not find that here. You will find the ingredients are alive and fresh. Speaking of which, sometimes the creams can have a little bit of a life of their own. So sometimes the textures may vary or the color or the scent a tad because of that. The creams, I have 4 different creams in one oil, are more almost like a whipped cream. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, so they're really light and fluffy and they're just absolutely gorgeous. There's absolutely no water in here, so they're super duper concentrated, which is why I wanted to take a moment to not only give you more information, but to also really explain the usage. Sometimes it can be a little bit strange to get acclimated to using something that is super concentrated. We're used to things being kind of watered down. And so a little really goes a long way. And that's what I wanted to make sure that I'm super clear with. The only time I've had somebody perhaps not like the creams on the rare occasion is that they were using too much. So it's one thing I'm gonna clarify for today, and then explaining like when you would choose which one's good for you now and how to layer, etc. So you only need a really, really small amount. So I have a little spatula that I provide you. And this could even, yeah, that looks about right. I have a little spatula when you come in that I provide you and give you this information. So when you're purchasing online, I want to make sure that you have access to really understand as well. And so you should be getting little kits in your box as well that has a sample container and a little bit of information. So you can really respect the integrity of the product and use it properly. So when you take this little tiny bit, you're gonna wash your hands before you wash your face, then you're gonna wash the spatula, and then you're gonna stick it in here. Then, this is gonna be too much for me to demonstrate because I don't really need that much, but I just wanna show you that you never wanna like rub things into your hands because the palms are super porous and you would actually lose the product. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I always have so many valuable tips to share and I don't want to gyp you of those. So, I would take it on my fingertips and then just kind of barely press it together, break it down, emulsify it if you will, so that this whipped cream actually turns into the oil that it is. And then I like to drop it on all 4 quadrants, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go ahead and massage it in from there. Whatever you have left over, I would also go ahead and rub into your hands, neck. Your neck should be getting it anyway, but just a little tip there. And if you are going to be using the OMG oil, which is phenomenal, and I'll get back to it in just a second, the way that I just put the cream, I might just drop the cream instead, in this case, on maybe a couple of fingers, and then go ahead and take and drop a couple of drops of the oil is one of the ways that you can make your cream stronger. So you can use the OMG. It's Omega goodness, okay? You can use this as a booster to any of these creams, and that can be done at night. Some people do that morning and night. You can use it as a massage medium underneath a cream when you need more moisture. A great way to prevent moisture loss. I'm sorry, I just went right into that because I couldn't help but tell you because there's so many great things about it. It can prevent moisture loss even when you're getting on a plane and you really want to lube up because it's loaded with omegas. So anyway, so then if you put a couple drops in here and then mixed it up and did the same exact thing that I just showed you. So now I'm going to break down each of the 5 products, why you would choose which one and how to mix when necessary or desired. So the Nourish is my sort of level 1, if you will. That is for sensitive, dry, it's basically for everybody. It's just not irritating at all. It's really healthy and clean. So, even your most sensitive skins can use it. My rosacea clients love it. Even acne clients, none of these are clogging. I know sometimes people fear like oils can clog the skin, but not all oils are created alike on so many different levels, the molecular structure, how they've been heated, like I was just talking about a moment ago. But some of the things that makes this really special is it being raw, so nutrients being available, and then the quality of the nutrients that are going in. So like the first 3 ingredients on the Nourish are organic as well as raw. So that is unrefined shea, sunflower, and coconut. So this one has a little bit of a coconut scent to it, which people absolutely love. And that again is what can vary depending on the batch, right? Just like in nature, that's how it is. So the Balance Cream, this one has such a great smell. This is probably my favorite scent actually. It's lemon and lavender. And this one is more for like oily or acneic skin. It actually helps to balance oils in the skin. So it's kind of the homeopathic philosophy that like treats like. Just the way like a car mechanic would use grease to get grease off his hands. Using oil can sometimes help soften the oils in your skin. Anyway, isn't that fascinating? Anyway, so this is, like I said, my oily acneic formulation, the Balance Cream. Lovely. People are obsessed with that one as well and often want to eat it. You can, but I wouldn't. There's something else I wanted to tell you about that one. It'll probably come back to me. So moving on from here, the OMG. The OMG is sort of the center point of all of the formulations because it can be mixed with any of them. It's good for anyone. And it can be a booster to any of the oils. So a lot of people will use any of these creams morning and night, or you might use one morning, one night, which I'll explain in just a second. And then this oil can be used a couple of different ways. It can be used as a booster, like I was saying earlier, where you can just drop a couple of drops right into the cream when or as needed. So all of a sudden we're coming into winter time, how to winterize your skin and kick up your hydration levels, protect yourself from moisture loss, like getting on a plane. If you're just going through a dry period for some reason, or you're just, traveling, you know, all of those things can kind of affect our hydration levels. So this one here is super special. It's there's this Saka Inky oil, a nut oil from Peru that is not commonly known, and it is absolutely loaded with omegas, like so deeply hydrating. And it's interesting because if you feel it, it feels a little thicker, but it totally goes into the skin too, which is really cool. And I've had people be very surprised by that, pleasantly surprised. So this one, it also has silver in it, which is incredibly healing. It's great for scars, just building the immunity of the skin. Avocado oil, of course, coconut. Again, we're talking about cold pressed raw beautifulness. And again, it's in the dark bottle. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that is one of the differences is starting to say about the products being heated in mass production that can ruin the value. It's like canned foods versus whole foods. So you never want to use an oil in a light container because the sunlight itself is going to diminish the properties and the qualities that make it special and actually are working for you. So that is that. There's so many things going through my head right now. I'm like, did I get it all? The next level of moisture is the Restore Cream. People love the Restore Cream. I'll give you a couple of the key ingredients are like kukui and hemp oil, in addition to some of the other bases that I mentioned earlier. And it has like a pretty orangey yellow color, and that is also from orange essential oil. It's one of the things that does that. So it has a beautiful fragrance on this. It's really more designed for super dry, possibly mature skin. Sometimes somebody will use the Nourish Cream in the day because this is more moisturizing. They might like a little bit more oil at night. That was also before I had the booster, but it can be a little bit of a personal preference too. Like if you're like, oh my God, I want all of those oils, like the list goes on with this one, and you can look up more information online about it. I have them all listed. So really, really great quality, deeply nourishing product. And again, you can do the same thing where you still might want to mix in the OMG into a Restore Cream, and that is absolutely fine. The other way, I don't know if I mentioned, I think I may have, that you can take a couple of drops of the OMG and just massage it directly underneath the moisturizer. Really taking that time, just like the way I teach you if you're in my care or have watched me in any of these videos, to really spend time massaging your skin when you're cleansing, not only because that helps you get truly clean skin, but also because you're stimulating your circulation, your lymph, your toning. It's absolutely beautifying. This is what the French women know or knew about skincare and beauty way before we did, and why the European facial was so famous. So really spending time massaging your skin and the oils in when you can is absolutely beautiful result to get deeper product penetration for more hydration, and you get that kind of glow. So you can do a little bit of a facial massage with the OMG under any of the creams in the evening, or drop them in. What I want to tell you now, the Replenish and Protect. Okay, this is the final of the 4 creams, and this is really special. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier, if you will. It actually has zinc in here, and zinc has so many healing properties. It's really anti-inflammatory. This is great for rosacea or acne. Anyone when we need calming or healing, it's along with acne. Not only comes the inflammation, but also scarring. So there's also silver in this one. I think I mentioned it's in this as well. So these are both really healing for scarring or post-surgery. Incredible layering, certainly this one. This actually does have an SPF in it, though I'm not allowed to claim it because that's a whole other process. But we've rated it as an SPF 25, but I am not you cannot count on that. No, I didn't say that, wasn't me. No. Anyway, so I'm sorry, I'm just being goofy, but the Replenish and Protect is absolutely lovely. Rosacea, scarring, healing, acne, many different skin types and conditions can use this one. And it can be, again, a rosacea client likes sometimes to use the Nourish in the day and the Replenish and Protect at night. So there's a lot of wiggle room, and there's a lot of sort of mixing, and sometimes that same person might even like to drop the oil in when traveling and kind of kick up their game there. I think I told you the majority of everything I wanted to say here. But if you have any questions at all, you are welcome to message me. I'm so glad that so many of you are loving these, and for those of you who just purchased these and got turned on to them, maybe from the website, I really wanted to be able to give you this information since I won't meet you one-on-one. So I hope that was helpful, and anyone is welcome to message me for more information, and you can also order on our site, Lisa Eddy, that's EDDY.com. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.